Hey guys, it's Dr. Kresimir. I'm a chiropractor here in London, Ontario, Canada, and today we're going to be talking about fixing the forward head posture. Now, if you are a subscriber to this, I was just going to say station, if you're a subscriber to the channel, last week I did one on the Dowager's hump. There are going to be some similarities considering the Dowager's hump is the long-term extension of having this poor posture. There's just some subtleties, and as they say, and they say correctly with this, the devil really is in the details. So let's just quickly review what it is that we're talking about. So we're not meant to be sitting in this position. And again, please bear with me. I know I'm about a minute in. It's important that you understand the early parts before we get into how to actually do this stuff, okay? So it's not natural to be in this position because our spine is meant to be stacked up over top like this. However, we do a lot of sitting. You know, we live in a safe society, in a safe culture where a lot of this is taking place. And now here's what's really important to understand is there's two things you're trying to fix in your neck. So it's not just your head comes forward, it's your head, the bottom part of your neck comes forward and the top part of your head comes up. So last week we talked about, doing this type of exercise, which is a great exercise to continue to add into something that I'll talk about again. But we want to help extend if we extend the neck the whole way, we're gonna get this posture. So we're extending the lower neck and then flexing the top of the neck. And we also want to get our shoulders from this rolled in position to this out position like this. So here's the thing with this. If it's bad posture, and again, the difference between bad posture is with bad posture, you can fix it, you can straighten up. And if you continue to have bad posture for a long period of time, it becomes bad structure, which means that if we were to take an x-ray and look at things, your curve would be going the opposite way, or it would be flattened, and there would start to be degeneration happening, and then eventually you get into a position where you can't straighten up. So the most important point, and the one that's really going to go the longest way, is not necessarily the exercises, and this is point number one. It's putting your body into a situation or an environment where you're not sitting, right? I'm not saying, I know a lot of us have to do a lot of work. We're in this position, we travel a lot. So the two strategies that I would like to recommend are, number one, when you're in learning or in education, it's called the Pomodoro technique, which is Italian for tomato. And when people used to have those tomato timers, you would set the timer for 50 minutes, you would sit there for 50 minutes, and then you would set it would go off, you would set it for 10 minutes, and here's the key. For the 10 minutes, you're up and you're moving. You're in an upright position, you're working on, you stop the car, get up, move around, stretch, get out off of your chair, move your body. And this is important for two things. Number one, it'll help decrease some of the stress on your body. And second, it'll actually help you become smarter because your brain fires better the more that you move. The second tip that I'd like to recommend, and this is still point number one, is to just really, really simple things. Instead of sitting, maybe take your laptop and, get into this position. So now my lower back is extended, and now I'm actually working in a position where, the bottom of my neck is extended versus flexed. And if I put the computer close enough, I can even get to the point where I'm flexing my head. So that's number one, those two things. And those are, by the way, the most important things because you want to change the forces that are on your body. Number two, going back to our trusty foam roller. A little bit different than the Dowager's hump because you can actually get over the foam roller. Foam roller is going to go in between your shoulder blades. You're going to lock your fingers together underneath your head. And then what we're going to do is, it'll be tough to see, but I'll use with one hand. You want to let your lower neck extend back. And then with your hands, you want to take your head and try to pull it up like this. And by pulling it up like that, what that's going to do is that's going to create that nice flexion in your upper neck. So that's exercise number 2. Okay. And number 3 is, again, involving the shoulders. So we spoke about how sitting in that position creates a lot of the shoulders rounded forward. So what we want to do is take your arms palm up, and you want to not just open up your chest and stretch the outside of your chest, but you also want to create this position where you're trying to bring your hands open. You should feel a stretch through your shoulder like that. One of the things that I like to do, because I have good shoulder mobility, is if you can lock your knuckles together and then turn your hands to your palms face down like that. That's one of the best ways to open up your shoulders. So that is, those are exercises that you can do within the 10 minutes of time when you're up and you're moving around and things are you're trying to change your environment. The purpose and the point is to get in those positions as much as humanly possible to counteract the forces that are working on your body in this position right now. And the more you can get there, the more you can counteract them, the less of a chance of anything serious developing as you get older. If you have any questions, please comment below. I would love to answer any questions or concerns and get you pointed in the right direction, because it's much easier, like we say in the practice, it's much easier to raise healthy kids than to fix broken adults. So the sooner you get on this, the better it's going to be for everybody in your life. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.